Alright. Oh. Sorry, I just saw an Ask an AI chatbot as a right-click option. Ugh. Welcome back. Allow me to crack open a cold one. My name's Twice. Today, let's finish it. Well, we already finished it, but let's really finish it. Let's plat this sucker. Still the cat around me? Not at all. Gone completely. We have 6 trophies to get, but the 6th one is the platinum, so we really have 5 trophies to get. And we already upgrade everything we did. We're going to start here. We are going to start here. Trophy number 1 is get an environmental kill. This is unironically one of the most annoying things in the game to get in terms of like its trophy rarity, because you can't shoot it at all. It needs to be a stagger through a parry, and that is it. And it has to be over a pit, because that's the only environmental thing that will actually kill. And it has to be red. Do you shoot any reds? I feel like you don't. No, you don't. Unfortunate. Oh, but you would have. Oh, wow. Bummer, Wally. That one's on me, I guess. But yeah, those little bird creatures are definitely our best possible chance for this to happen. Stronger ether. Yeah, that's fine. Oop. More rerolls. So many rerolls. Grab this. How we all doing today? Will this count? I feel like that just killed them instead. Yeah, there's nothing there. Mostly just, like, trying to see what would cause... Oh, and now you do that. We're gonna probably die a handful of times here while we, figure out what we're doing. Guess I know about that, thank you. Same exact power. Like, I would love for one of these traps to be a thing, but... no enemies here. So we'll just keep on trucking. Like this, you'd need a pit, so that just isn't gonna cut it. We need to find areas something's gonna flit and fly over. Like, I'll still be grabbing the Halcyon just because, yeah, why not? But okay, I need you to fly over some kind of gap. We'll do this until we die. I'm gonna fire that there. Didn't work. You guys should just chill. I would love if you managed to fire your thing here. Though nobody seems to really be in position right now. Have we found maximum corruption here? We missed. Doesn't matter. We'll just have to keep on trucking. I don't know if we'll platinum today or not, but we will try. It's gonna be a lot of redoing a area if we can make this one happen. This is the very first. I fear we had an excellent opportunity that last time and we gacked it, but same one. Not all of them can get staggered with just a hit. I would love if it's the exact same setup. It kinda is, but there's no traps to set off. At least from what I can see. I don't think that's gonna work, because you can only parry reds. Which is a shame, but what can you do? I mean, this is definitely the place to do it. The most parryable objects, and okay, that is definitely it, but we need you to like go this way. I need you to continually get further. Yes, somewhere around there. That might work. No, it didn't, because you didn't get staggered, but that almost worked. No? I'll take the damage here if I can. That did work, and you are... There's, of course, there's a place that I cannot hit. Please? How on earth did you both fall there? Please. Just any of you. Please. No. See, this is gonna be a pain in the butt. Because what else are we really allowed to do? Spook, you're in your hacking up a hairball. Yeah, you're gonna make your weird noises now and then not actually hack anything up. I don't know why you've chosen there. It's like you're trying to give yourself the Heimlich, but you look at me like it's completely chill. Just nothing wrong whatsoever. Okay, could you give me flying enemies? Flying, you're not giving me flying enemies. Unless you guys could, you know, like, get yourself knocked off. Doesn't look like that's gonna happen, so I guess we're doing this again. Yeah, whatever. The heck was that? We've talked to vets and they're just like, yeah, weird, huh? Cats are crazy. Anything there? No. Not a lick, so let's just... go see which ones would be more parryable. Probably not this one. Probably this one. Maybe. Are there any flying enemies? I'm gonna take you out first for obvious reasons. I don't want to take out the weirdos if I can help it. Who's that? No, not you. You don't count. You don't have a stagger bar. Any others you'd like to maybe spawn in game, or no? Wait. No. You suck. More that I cannot deal with. Oh boy. And there's nothing that way. Not a soul. Ooh. It's been a long time since I had that cramp in there. Can't do anything about this. Let me just... am sad. Oh. Alright, nothing there. We will... I mean, there's definitely gaps here if we wanted to, you know, get somebody to die. This would definitely be the area to do it. You wanna maybe, like, come this way and circle around me? Fall right through the gap. You're so fat. You are... no. Nothing there. Fall! Don't seem to be falling. Anything else? Anything? Sure. Alright, well, that is disappointing. We'll just keep on going, I guess. I have to have the right combination of environment plus... No. I wanted the Halcyon. That's upsetting. Environment plus... aim plus... Oh. I didn't want that health anyways. Environment, aim, and enemy. I mean, okay, I hear you. Now I need something I can parry. You're definitely something I can parry. I need you to get, like, out over the ocean, boss. Yeah, like that. Come to me. Come to me. Oh! No, you should stay right. No, 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 go back. Go back. Yeah, 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 yeah. Somebody needs to shoot red. And then that didn't work. You want to do it again? I missed again. And I died. God! This one's annoying. Because we're not making any real progress here other than to... So we're going to have to do this. We're going to have to do a one long run again, which is already going to take most of our time, and then just repeat the third area, I think, is the one that is the quickest. Like, very few locks. Okay. That's fine. Is there a... Why is it you? Why is it you? Why can't you be the... Oh, wait. You might work. But you've got to, like, get over this way. Like, get this way. Get way over here. Get over here. And now, like, no, go this, okay? You're not far enough. I need you to hang out over the edge. I need you to hang out further over the edge. You don't fall. Of course you don't. Right. That's the other problem. Only certain enemies fall. This is potentially good. But I need you to keep shooting my way, friend. And then I need you to hit it better than that. Can you shoot better than this? I need you to shoot better than... Oh my god. Okay. That almost worked. Can you do that a second time? That almost worked a second time. Can you do this again? That didn't work. If I'm not shooting them, is that gonna work? I don't know. Please, I need you to be able to shoot me. Shoot over here. Over here. Why do you continue to do that? And why are they all over this way? Please fall. Oh, thank God. Alright, we can die. Oh, right, I don't die. Alright, that's the annoying one that just requires us to... Can you kill me? Cool. To do that, 1 down, 4 to go. Next is the long overdrive one, which is kill at least 30 enemies in overdrive. We're gonna just explore and do a long run like we normally would for this until we get that trophy. We're gonna also try to find another overdrive one that would charge it up quicker. Yes. And larger blast radius deals more damage. Perfect. Everything is good there. Alright. I'm just going to keep doing this. This will help us because we need to clear biomes. And by the end of whenever this happens, we should have a very, ouch, good weapon again. Similar to what we already have here. We're just gonna keep on dealing damage. I think that's it. Whoa, Nelly. Novalance. I mean, I'm not super interested yet. In this area, did I take damage? Or is that just... No, it's because we... Well, maybe it is. We could get the, you know, survive... Okay, well, now we don't need to worry about it. The one I'm thinking of is, like, survive max corruption. I don't know how much corruption is max corruption, however. So that certainly poses a question. I don't need that. I'd rather re-roll it. That's very good. We'll be charging more overdrives as time goes by. We have almost maximum charge in terms of like damage to charge ratio. Sure, why not? So survival without taking a hit would be nice, but right now our priority is instead the 30 kills, which is just gonna be a long run through all 6 biomes. That we've been given access to for our longest run. Also want to activate the Eclipse as soon as possible to start. I mean, we can probably just gain corruption during the boss fight. But I know that's a little risky, and even a little risque if you are attracted to shields. There we go.
Jackson, or whoever's left to find this. I won't go back to that nest of panic. All that fear and worry, you know, it's like a disease. And I don't intend to catch it. Someone's got to find a path to something better. Yeah? Maybe I'll see you down the road.
Good talk. Melee damage at full power. Not really something I care about. Max integrity. If we can get to max corruption. The top thing about max corruption is I don't know what it actually is, so I won't know when we start taking damage until we start taking damage, and that's not a great place to be. All things considered. I was really down on Prominence at the start of the game. Now I confess I was so wrong. Just the wrongest anyone's ever been. I would love, and I don't know if we'll even be able to see it. We could go right to the boss. We don't want to. To charge and get as many of these as possible. That one's a little scary, the Frenzied Hostiles. Because I want to take hits. With the corruption specifically. Maybe. Or we just chill, but it feels like this would be the... Either this or Bastion, right? Would be the easiest way to do it. We could go and do that. I don't know if that's the right call or not, the Nightmare Strand. It would certainly get us more overdrive. I feel like we just have to continually play until... We're balancing playing and building up more overdrives with time we have to try and platinum it today by going through the various different biomes, or just the one biome in particular. I would love to know if the I know overdrive's ready, but I'm trying to get something that would yeah, do that, essentially. But I was wondering also if, like, The little goobs. The hard part about max corruption, by the way, is that you can't use your power weapons once you know, have it. Because it reduces it. You have to survive a biome. It's a fun little twist. Okay, we got one overdrive proc plus almost an entirely new one, which is great. Is exactly what I was hoping for.
Told me about the city. Glorious and tortured. They begged me to find it for them. They didn't know that I'd seen it too. That I was ready to tear and rend my way to it. What I want. What I need. It waits for me.
Dude, these guys have to count for something, you know? It's just gotta. Oh. Weird. Main weapon kills charge overdrive faster. That's pretty easy choice. There it is. How many are we looking at here? 3? Maybe? I'm okay. I feel like we've been here before, otherwise there'd definitely be something to unlock here. Nah. No. Lucenite at this point doesn't really matter. Halcyon matters more, but more is like a 5% increase at this point. We are very just overall powerful. One. Couldn't just be you, would it? Yeah, maybe it is. I would love to. God, you can't even combine yourselves into 2 for me to munch on, you know? I would love for those, just like the tiny little homing goobers to show up and be delightful, but they don't seem to want to show their face right now. Ooh. Am I supposed to jump out here and then... Guess so. Oh, I'm supposed to do that. Sure. Yeah, it makes sense. Looks like overdrive is going to be used on the boss. For better or worse. Well, now wait a second. Level Lance is probably better on that boss. I don't know if you guys count as enemies, and I don't want to waste that there if I can help it. I'm gonna just slowly accept more corruption. As time goes by. Now if I die, yeah. Bad move on my part. I think that's it. Except I can't use my fucking power weapon. I gotta remember that. Or at least I gotta try to remember that. Yeah, that's it. That is max for sure. We have hit max. Let's just shoot. Why am I... Why do I even care? That counts. At least it damn well should. I wasn't shooting my power weapon or anything. But as we know, we really got to first... I forgot my overdrive entirely there. Well, it's probably fine. Should I have... there? Probably, but I want to make sure the max corruption is tracked. Sick. Alright. It's another trophy down. 3 to go. Next is our general overdrive one. Which I really need to be actually using here. if we can claw this corruption back, we'll be fine. I guess we also have this to make use of. The Nightmare Strand's definitely... I don't know if it's necessary, considering the areas get tougher, but... Oh, because it does more damage the more corruption I have. You know what? Maybe we just fucking keep it. I'm a little scared of max corruption. But only a little. Oh, we're max corruption now. Ouch. Max corruption, okay. Maybe we just do that. It's kind of fun. One hit immunity, not the heavy fall. God, no. That is a lot of corruption, I won't lie. Ow. That one's on me for being a moron. Just you two. I'd love... We're not getting a single one of these, huh? I know it's like, don't let good be the enemy of best, or, you know, however that saying tends to go, but... I am trying to get more than, like, one or two here. looks promising. Is it promising? Don't know. I would love to get a level 50 weapon, but right now all I need is more onslaught. Or overdrive, whatever. Repeater crossbow is also quite interesting. We want corrupted because that means this build works. And by this build, I mean my stupid butt. No need there. I don't know if I've seen this room before. Weird. Yeah, where was that the whole time, guys? Certainly wasn't where I needed it. Is this just the usual over here? The archives or whatever? Yes. That counts as low integrity, I think. Shouldn't, but I believe it does. Does this get us anywhere? Not at all. Nope. No corruption, no deal. Oh, come on! That would have been like at least 12. That one's on me for panicking. Give me back more corruption, please. I'm sorry. It won't happen again. You know, probably. Oh. Oh. Bet we could Celeste that with the momentum and have a grand old time, but... Oh. Very cool. Have a little more health now. Even at max. This is cruel and unusual punishment. Still no overdrive. Oops. We will wait. Not until you give me something corrupted, at least. Please? No. 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 Just mean. Because we are very close. There it is. The alpha. Saw we had overdrive ready, and now that we do, we will never run into another one of those areas that has a bunch. That's it, man. That's cruel. Corrupted impactor crossbow. That might be more our speed now. I'm not going to overdrive on the boss. I'm going to overdrive when they summon some turrets. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Style start hallucinate. No. That was on me. That's on accident. Kind of hoped it'd be more than one at a time. Not the case. Not my best work. All right. Corrupted the way to go for sure. Evening, pirate. How you doing? Corrupted smart rifle, also quite good. It's fine. We're gonna have to definitely do quite a bit more on the overdrive side of things. Oh, I do see that. I don't know how we're getting there, but I see it. There's this here, which is where we found Lena the first time. There was a...
I figured out what's causing the eclipse. I had it all wrong. Blinded by logic, by rules that don't apply here. If my research fell into the wrong hands, they would try to steal my discovery. There is no moon!
I see. Alright, I'm gonna go bathroom and I'll be right back with the third. Alright, got my charging cable. Plugging it into the wrong end. There we go. Okay. We start here now. Whew. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty good overall. I finally got Chelsea's computer up and running yesterday. That took me on and off about 6 hours of debugging, though. It was infuriating. There's no moon. Oh, because the eclipse. God of Need is that. It's the eye. And then someone killed her for the discovery. That makes perfect sense. It's not an eclipse, it's an eye. So this is the area I plan on running to finish off our playthrough. But right now, we just need to get more overdrives. Or that's the body of the gun, so to speak. Everything goes down for some reason. I don't like that. It was a huge pain in the butt. So I was setting up like Chelsea's like I had to boot up everything. And for those not in the know, basically you can set up a brand new OS in like one of two ways. You either need to boot it through like a bootable USB drive or like the very never used these days disk drive. So I used the USB, as you do, except I had it for Windows 11 instead of Windows 10 when I installed a number of years ago, and when it was way easier. Turns out I definitely should have just installed Windows 10 and like updated it later, because Windows 11 has like a truly hilarious amount of random security checks and a whole bunch of nonsense that makes it nigh impossible to install it if you're not using a very modern system, or like just updated it from Windows 10. Because after spending a number of, where the hell do I go? Hours debugging, like, okay, going into the BIOS. Nah. Trying to find the old version of whatever these new things you need to check off on my, you know, few-year-old motherboard at this point. You know, if you've been nice to it and not kicked it with a boot, it might have gone better. That's true. Who are you who are so wise in the ways of science, Pirate? I ran into the final conundrum the final problem, if you will, for those Sherlock fans out there. In that, as we've stated before, I needed a USB to boot the system. Ouch, that's unfortunate, because I wanted to try to do the run on this. That's okay, though. The no damage run. Don't worry, we'll have lots of attempts at it. Why did that do that? Like, what? Okay. But I also needed to boot it in secure boot mode or whatever. One problem there. Secure boot mode means it will not allow booting from, like, flash drives. So I was at a technological impasse for a good long bit. Trying to figure out what the absolute shit was going on. And I eventually had to, like, look up a workaround. Do I not have a USB disk drive? I do not. Just the usual. I'm not very technologically savvy, as that may not surprise many people. Speaking of, I spoke and they're like, "You're not tech savvy? Get some AI viewers." What do you think AI viewers do differently? Do they babble random nonsense as opposed to strict nonsense? I mean, most likely they do nothing and you just, you know, lose your money, but inquiring minds, you know. Anyways, but yes, no, I eventually had to go into, like, the command prompt or the command window and start messing around with a couple things in there to get it to literally just bypass that stupid security check. Which I, you know, probably didn't need to do, but I was like hours deep at that point. Eventually, in a debugging session or just like a tech session, you just kind of give up. And if it works, I'm good. And it worked. And then after all that, I realized I could have just installed Windows 10. So I did another fresh boot after that, just installed Windows 10. Instead, I was like, you can update it if you want. All that for nothing. Wait, that was kills restore integrity? That's pretty good. God, how did I even get this stream off the ground physically? I mean, I'm still a mess. But I'm a mess that does have a somewhat functioning stream. But it does work. It does work now. Chelsea's got her computer on my happy camper. How many will this hit, do you think? Nice. I'm like quite a few. It's definitely in big BFG territory now, which is good for us. It's also a sad day because they finally called it on Destiny 2. It's dead. One last update, and then they're done. They left it open, but man, with Bungie as mismanaged as it has been in the past 5 or so years, and longer than that, but those are the big times. I don't know if there'll be another one or not. It's got me feeling more emotional than I thought I would. I had a lot of time into Destiny both 1 and 2. That was close. But until, you know, the fat lady sings, I guess I will hold out hope that they're just going to slowly work on a 3 or something else in that franchise IP. Do I really need to do this? Probably not. We've got 3 more areas. We definitely have over 15 kills right now. Alright. At least I hope we do. And they just are given actual time to make stuff instead of, like, having to build on a super old engine and constantly make more and more and then run out of space and then have to vault stuff. Vaulting was always crazy. Like, just removing content. I cannot think of any other, like, MMO / live service that does that. Like, full campaigns just aren't available. And I guess may never be? I don't know. Corrupted repeater. That was a thing? Yeah, you can look up the Destiny content vault. They did it twice. Anyways, this is how quick we'll kill this guy without using our power weapon. That hit me. Oh, wow. I'd be more upset if we hadn't, you know, been completely fine. The first time... So they had seasons, right? They had seasonal content for the first couple of years. It would be an expansion every year, eventually. And then in between, like, every 3 to 4 months, thered be a season. They'd usually have the last season last, like, twice as long to... just give them more time to work on the DLC itself or whatever. The first two this was in like year 4 or 5. They sunset like weapons, so like all your weapons were useless, and then they removed like some of the smaller raids. They removed because I mean and I will say the size of Destiny 2, at least on PlayStation, was like 200 gigs at one point. And I think that's an engine thing, but that's on them to figure out. They removed multiple campaigns. I'd say there's 4 campaigns that are no longer available out of like 10. And they removed 1 raid and 4 smaller raids. Most of the raids are still in there. Most of the dungeons and stuff are still in there, but like all the small seasonal storylines, they're all gone. They have like little recaps and that's about it. But like the actual story and activities that you did, all of which were like somewhat similar but pretty unique, gone. And I don't think they'll ever come back. Especially not now. It'd be a very big gesture of goodwill if, like, Destiny 3 was like, this is all the stuff from 1 and 2. Because 2 didn't have anything from 1 originally. And they eventually added some of the raids back in, and that was about it. And, like, the weapons and stuff, obviously. The weapons were iconic. But yeah, they did that twice. Marathon not being a thing, I think they'll ever go back. The like, final sign-off, besides, like, showing off the update, of which there were some good stuff, and just, like, leaving it in, hopefully, I would imagine, a pretty good spot. You hope. I feel like I should have taken damage there, but that's fine. The final, final sign-off was, like, pretty optimistic in terms of, like, you're not going to hear from this for a while, but we'll let you know when there's more Destiny stuff. We're working on new games. They wouldn't obviously say what those games were. But they didn't say we're saying goodbye to Destiny. They said we're saying goodbye to Destiny 2. Which I think is different. Like, everyone memes on Destiny, but it was a 12-year, like... Oh, I don't need to do this. Essentially, between 1 and 2, so far at least, it's a 12-year live service game. And pretty much the only one of its kind that didn't fail miserably. In terms of, like... being a shooter live service game of all things. I mean, I guess I hope Marathon does well so they get more funds, I guess. But Destiny 2 made a buku bucks, and then they went up and down with it for a while. Sometimes they'd make a lot of good decisions and therefore make money. And then sometimes they'd make bad decisions and therefore not make a lot of money. A lot of it seemed to be more management than anything else. But eventually they just stopped. I feel Warframe does well. Warframe is definitely the... you're right. That's on me. I've played Warframe, and they also don't... Everything's still in the game. Which is, you know, nice. No, Warframe, I agree. And they continue to cook. I would love if Destiny took a few pages from that in terms of, like, communication and everything else. Never played it. People I know seem to like it. Same here. I've played a little bit, and maybe down the line I will play it, but I don't know. Destiny has raids and dungeons in a shooter, and I still think that's one of the most unique things I've seen. Translating, like, MMO stuff into a shooter. Basically, the best stuff about an MMO, the high-level content. It's still kind of crazy to me. Oh, that's unfortunate for a no-hit level, but otherwise it's fine. I don't know. Destiny's always, like, just been rocky for a while, and then they figure out what they need, and then they either shoot themselves in the foot or some circumstances changed, and it just kind of goes in that cycle. This one might be the final one, because, like, who knows, money-wise. I guess I have to root for Marathon, even though I'm not an extraction shooter boy. But, yeah, I don't know. Destiny's unmatched to me. Oh, right. And I got a lot of good memories with friends, so I hope they continue to make it and all that. Because the devs behind it, very passionate. It just seems something off with Marathon's art. It was very artificial. But also on purpose, I guess. It is funny because now they're like making Marathon more of a PvE game. I'm just like, interesting. Where have I seen this before? Actually, do you think the overdrive will hit all the enemies on Legion, and will it count? Never been to extraction shooters. I don't get them personally. I get them, but they're too sweaty for me. Like, I don't want to constantly be under threat of losing everything. Destiny much more fills the... Can be hardcore, can be... I was about to say softcore, and... Is this not the right way? No, it is. You could tackle anything from casual to crazy difficult whenever you're feeling it. To me, it was an MMO in the truest sense of the word. I had a full clan of friends that played. I loved, like, bringing my friends through the raids and, like, struggling to get them to do this or that, and, you know, succeeding eventually, or the dungeons, or, like, a difficult story mission, or whatever. Nothing like it. Brother really got into the Tarkov game. Him and a lot of others. There's like that, there's Arc Raiders, there's whatever else, but it just ain't for me. I don't... That's gotta count, right? Do you count those? Seems like you don't count those, which is very upsetting for me. I guess they don't have health bars. I wanted to try. Okay, that didn't count, which is unfortunate. Can I go back down? Probably not. Though, then again, there's not a lot of... No, maybe. Maybe we can. Would actually really appreciate if we could. I talked to my friends and we're like, oh, no, I can't. Love to go back, because they're keeping the servers up and everything, but... This is similar to how they ended D1. Though at that time, Destiny 1 was doing a heck of a lot better than D2 is right now, because they just spent, like, a year and change, completely ruining the momentum they had with, oops, the finale of their first major storyline, which took 10 years. Because it became obvious all of their dev momentum was on Marathon, and they didn't have the wherewithal to keep Destiny going at the pace that it had been in the past. But now they're bought by Sony. Maybe Sony's like, oh yes, please work on this. We really need you to actually make money because you've been earning a lot less from this than we expected you to. And hopefully just some more structured management would be better, because, man, every time Bungie goes independent, which has been like 2 or 3 times now, to me, they were investing Activision because they had support studios, and so they had the actual resources to make everything they'd want to. Oh, well. I could wax poetic about all the stuff I actually really liked about Destiny for a long time, but I've literally never played Destiny on this channel. Next AAA game I'm looking forward to is Dawn of War 4. Is that a strategy game? I feel like I've heard it, but I don't know it personally. RTS. That is the thing I was thinking of. I'm bad at them, but I have enjoyed when I've played them. Though my RTS life is more Age of Empires 2. All I know is I can never play RTSs competitively. It'd be a nightmare for me. I guess heaven for whoever'd be playing against me, but oof. Can you get down there, please? Thank you. That was rude. These are the guys I wanna heckin'... Oh boy. Could you not instead, actually? Wah! Wah! First one and the expansions were great, and they turned it into a hero control MOBA-esque thing for 3 and killed the game, but thankfully original devs under Quicksilver are back, so it looks like a mass return what made the original so great. I am glad to hear it. I do this, that'll just... it doesn't matter. I'm just here to fight enemies. Like, basically trying to make RTS in League, and strangely it didn't work. Yeah, I can only control one person when I'm playing League, and even then, my teammates would argue that is a questionable ability to claim. That was rude. Oh, man, all my corruption. I hope it doesn't cleanse my corruption. It did. Alright, well. Now I need to go get my, second chance back so I can play around with the corruption. But I can use my, my power weapon again, so that's something. Okay, I'm not allowed in there. I am allowed. Hello? Uh-oh. Well, at least I have a lot of health now. Oh! Nope, don't do that. There we go.
See you later.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, sorry, did I scare you?
Yeah.
My bad. Mwah. I'm gonna go see Passenger.
Have fun.
Thank you.
What's the next big AAA game I'm looking forward to? Does Fire Emblem count? It'll be Fire Emblem then. 10 years off my life there? That's fine. No big deal. We've got to get more kills with Overdrive. I don't know how many, because it doesn't heckin' track. Just know it's got to be more, so we're going to keep on doing long runs here. Honestly, the two I can think of this year that I know are coming out is Fire Emblem, and then obviously Control. Resonant is, ouch. High up there. I'll be doing hard mode, and that's it. And I'm gonna be honest, if that's not fun, I'll go down to regular. No, I've been black-pilled from Lunatic, for sure. I've learned my lesson. My very, very long lesson to learn. Oh, some of those fights were insane. Yeah, I'm still kind of surprised we ever made it through, but we did spend, I remember, a lot of hours on that one. I think it took up all of a February, and that was with extra long streams and, like, most Fridays being dedicated to it as well. No, I really... Okay. I need you guys to chill out. I need you guys to... Okay, you're... Yeah. Okay, now there's only 3 of you. But I'm gonna... Yes! Okay, we are now... 2 trophy... One trophy away? 1, 2, 3... 2 trophies away, so we still have to do a level without getting hit once, which will be the 3rd area that we're running over and over and over again. I think that's the only 2 that are like on my radar right now. There could be more that come out, but some indie games for sure. Mina the Hollower and several others, but those are the big ones. Cool, man. It did not help that that was the worst story I've played in a Fire Emblem in a long time. It was just expected, admittedly. It was essentially just like a 30th anniversary game. And for a 30th anniversary, great stuff. Like fan service, whatever else. A lot of fun. The combat itself, incredible. Probably some of the best they've done. But I'd still prefer not quite as good combat and a much better story a la Three Houses. If I had a choice. I mean, and then Control is just like, I don't know, cook whatever you want, guys. I'll thoroughly enjoy it. Oh, man, lunatic, though. We had to strategically sacrifice many members of our party. Or at least multiple members of our party. And then in the end game, I think I was just like, if anybody dies, I do not care. It'll be considered a win. Ooh. Am I a fan of Valkyria Chronicles? I am. I really like 1, and I have dabbled in 4, and I also found it good. 2 and 3 are both hard to find, and I think PSP exclusive, so I haven't played them. 1 was a revelation, though. What a absolute banger of a game. Came a proper American general in the end. No, I didn't, because I won. If I was a real American general, I'd say mission accomplished, and then have accomplished nothing. Yeah, I loved Valkyria Chronicles. I loved everything about it. The storyline, the classes, the tanks, everything about it. Mwah. Magnificent. That actually goes along with Sakura Wars, which was the strategy RPG I was talking about that has been localized once in the West, and it was the one where they're like, what if we didn't do strategy and instead made it an action game? Ubisoft is releasing a Vietnam game now? Ooh. Yes, known purveyor of all things sensitive and needing a gentle hand. Ubisoft. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. And also Korean War. Hello? Oh, because I already did it. I didn't need to do any of this. Right. Yeah. Actually, no, I can't go back. I was like, Reaping Chakram actually sounds pretty good. I'd like to get a non-corrupted weapon for the runs, if possible. Can't see that causing issues at all. No. Not even like the Call of Duty people do that, do they? Admittedly, I haven't seen a Call of Duty game in a while. I don't know what they're up to these days. What those little fuckers are up to. Other than like 8 Black Ops games. As far as I know, they've gone very abstract in their stories for a long time. Or they're just like, yeah, we don't, like, ooh, war in space, war here, war there. Which I get, because that's just a lot easier to do. I'm not like a... I mean, I used to play a lot of Call of Duty as a kid, because I feel like most people do. Either that or, ooh, a Battlefield, but with friends. Wasn't the original Black Ops in Vietnam? I think it took place during that time, but I don't know if it was heavily focused on it by any stretch. Ouch. It was focused on the numbers and what they mean. Anyways, I still had an idea. I mean, they'll never do it because money, but I would love for all the Call of Duties to be like bundled like a Halo Master Chief Collection so you could play any of the campaigns. Because I know some campaigns were like pretty good or even revolutionary for their time. You could like go through all the multiplayer, but then they wouldn't be buying games yearly, and our capitalism can't have that. Even though you totally could, you just package it onto that. Just go. Hell, my favorite MMO, since Destiny's my second favorite, Final Fantasy XIV is literally has a meme for this, because at this point, every expansion they release, the expansion 2 before that gets like dropped for free. So there's always like just a 2 like there's always new things that are free in there. They're like, try more of the game. Try more. This has been out for 4 years. If it's 2, let's see, wait. Shadowbringers is free now. Shadowbringers came out 6 years ago. Yeah. But it's only 3 expansions behind, or 2, because Shadowbringers, Endwalker, Dawn Trail right now, and then when the new expansion releases, then Shadowbringers becomes 3. And as far as I know, they're just rolling that always. Might as well do the boss here, see if we can get it. That would be another biome down, and until we get hit, also an opportunity to get the Achievo. Wish I had a remaster of Medal of Honor's early games, old World War II ones. I feel that. You can put all the Call of Duty Zombies games together, because those are always a hoot. And they've gotten more and more creative as time has gone on. Whoa, Nelly. I don't know. I think it'd be a slam dunk. No, you're building there. This isn't right. It's not what we agreed. I miss you. I'm worried about you. There's so much to do. We're bigger than us, but I'm not ready. It's bigger than us. We're gonna give up anything we were. Meet me by the tree in 2 days in Delray and Garcia on the island. No one will ever know. It could be ourselves like we were before. It's like before they were transformed. She was setting up kind of like a backup, right? Can I go up this way? Looks like it. I'd buy the zombies one? Yeah, you could even, like, each one would be a purchase. I don't care. Just having them all in one place would be sick as hell. Shocker. Twice the guy who collects a lot of video games would love a way to collect video games. And archive them, specifically. Why did I go in here? There's, like, no reason for me to do this. Alright, good talk. I can just sprint to the end. I would love a weapon that is instead in the... That still hits? That's crazy. Okay, I guess we're not doing that. I guess I'm not immune when I do that? Oh, right. Red you can't dash through. I'm a moron, actually. That's what I've decided. That's alright. We can still... continue our pathway forward. Okay, no I can't. I see there's an alpha there, but where are you at? Were you the alpha? You are the alpha. Similarly, I think that Master Chief Collection should just continually be available to get into one. Having them in one ecosystem can literally only benefit. Alright, must not dismantle capitalism. Must not minimize shareholder value. Year over year investment. Oh, what's our margins? Gun? Yes, and it's... Oh, that's very good. Oh, that's very good. Cannot have minimum of 2% rise each year. God. think I'm good. I don't think I need anything. Because, like, I can... Oh, really? Another integrity increase? Thank you, I guess. Wow. Anyways. Yeah. You can do the same thing for Battlefield, even though I'm personally not a big Battlefield guy. It would still be cool as hell. Whoa. One that was on Xbox Arcade, one set in like an older time. I'm kind of remembering what you're saying. What I miss on Xbox, I can only remember Bad Company because I just think of the rock song. And Battlefield 1, which disappointingly didn't take place in year 1. Really was hoping for some, like, Roman triremes. Did Romans have triremes? Did I look cool there? Legionnaires. That's easier and probably more correct anyways. No. Well, I mean, yes. But no. But if we want to beat the boss, this is an investment for long term rather than short term. Which is to say, being able to focus entirely on dodging when we have to worry about... Ooh! Only that for a smidgen. This will get us... I think this will be... If we win this, it'll be 6 biomes. So we'll be at 21. We'll have to do 12 runs. That shouldn't be too tough. As long as one of them is flawless. Just got another Mercenaries Playground Destruction game. Oh, yeah. I mean, in general, LucasArts games slap pretty hard. Like any adventure game, even in the early 2000s or so. It's like a LucasArts game. Oh, that's unfortunate. Sure. So we won't want to be corrupted. We're fighting the actual boss. Prominence is just heckin' easier to deal with. Our second game they dropped at cool concepts like your character could speak different languages, so you could only understand certain factions and groups depending on the character you choose. That's sick as hell. But instead of that, wouldn't you rather be angry that in a multiplayer game there's women in World War I? Wouldn't that just be so much more fun and better? You never know. I said similar things, not about it specifically, but like praises about Alan Wake, and I got another Alan Wake eventually. Like, if they were trying to double-cross you, but you could understand what they were saying over comms, or just their mates not knowing, you understand? That's really fucking cool. You've made me retroactively upset. And melancholy. A lot of red faction DNA in it with all the destruction as well. Pretty cool. Just a little halcyon for me as a treat. Wow, as a treat. Are you the tuning forks that I gotta do, right? Yeah. I wonder if I could... I mean, I can kill you, right? I've got the damage for it. This is more of like a... Does that skip a tuning fork, out of curiosity? No, it doesn't. Nothing has changed at all. This is my fall damage killed me. No, LucasArts, I mean, I don't even think LucasArts exists anymore. Disney just, you know, does what they do with their license. So at this point, it just depends on, you know, like what kind of... developer gets a hold of their stuff, right? Like, I enjoyed both Spider-Man games, though I did think the first one was a bit better because I thought the Doc Ock storyline is really good, which means I'm excited for the third one. And like, the Star Wars Jedi Survivor games, quite good. But, you know, there's more than enough besides that aren't quite as good. And that's fine too. Marvel Avengers, for one. Oh my god. Stinky. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Can I leave? Let me leave. I have more biomes to work through. Underrated, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. That was pretty good. The writing, especially, was very... Oh. Mwah. Gameplay, so-so. Writing, mwah. Those fuckers were incredible. 145, eh? Okay. We should be at 21. Direct non-corruption damage or losing adrenaline. That just means don't get hit, really. Yeah, alright. Let's upgrade a little more, because why not? I think that's literally the only thing I can upgrade. Alright. Can't do the bridge controls. We have to start the colony. Alright, let's see how quick this is. We got 12 runs of this specifically. So let's see what we're cooking. It just doesn't matter, does it? I mean, we could re-roll these to get something good. What would we even get? It's fine. Okay. So, yeah, theoretically, we can just kind of run through everything. Like, things are spawning in. It just doesn't matter. That didn't actually work. Oh. I was frightened. Nope, not this way. Please climb. Okay, we're fine. Ooh, right.
They didn't speak as they did it. Silence as they slaughtered people they'd known for years. Friends, lovers, family. And they finally did speak after the killing was done. It was of a king. A golden king. But they won't find me. Hiding beneath the bodies, the ragged flesh, the empty eye sockets. They'll never make me believe.
If I was not scared to get hit, we would be going much faster. Mamma mia. If I don't look at you, you won't shoot me. Is that correct? Promise?
Everywhere you go, Carly, I'll follow.
Is that
I'll
good or?
find you, and I'll help you.
Oh, okay.
I can show you the truth. Save you from this.
Oh my god, they're still following.
We'll be
Oh,
together again, my
that hit
darling.
me? I could not tell.
No more fear. No more yellow.
If it did, I don't see that it did. But the speedruns of this game are going to be insane. Oh, yeah. Without a doubt. Lock it. Lock it. Lock it in. You get in? No, I think we're fine. Wow. Well, we got a lot more tries to make this work. Alright. Yeah, Returnals were nutso as well, so I would not be surprised. I think I had to, like, complete the glossary, or the bestiary as well, for the plat in the first one. 522, alright. Bop, bop, bonk, bonk, boom. Oh yeah, the GDQ schedule came out. There's some really good stuff on the first day and the last day. Once we're in, once I finally, you know, complete a run here without getting hit, I will, pull up the schedule, because then I don't worry about getting crunched. You son of a gun. You know, maybe this will be the hardest part. Or I'll just need to, you know, take it at a pace that isn't breakneck, but it doesn't let me sprint around when enemies are nearby. Like, even here, we can break through there and then just book it. I should have been you know, probably dropped there, but it's fine. Then we're at the boss. Darn. What on earth? Are you kidding me? Get them out of here. Are you joking? I do need to complete this, you know. Oh my god. Alright, well. Fucking redonkulous, man. I probably should have been hit there too, but it's fine. Okay. That's 2. The real me thing would be to get all 12 and then not get the thing. Bonk, 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 bonk. Dang, I didn't check my time there. I'm sure it was faster. Maybe not, because the alpha motherfucker decided it was time to teleport into the fight. Okay, halfway through. Another one? You have gotta be absolutely joshing me, man. You don't even have health. Oh my god. And there goes another attempt because of another alpha. Holy macaroni. That cannot be normal luck. Because I'm sure we'll be fine through the rest of this. Again. This little fucker again. I don't see you all the time, and now suddenly you're popping up in my nightmares. Again, dude! There was like 3 of those suckers. How are you in here? Get out! This isn't for you. That's 3. It's always that last trophy that's really just dull. But this isn't too bad. I've really enjoyed this game overall. I found it wanting to Returnal though. I think Returnal was their better game. I don't think it's game. This is gonna sound a lot like my stuff with Hades versus Hades 2, where like the gameplay might be overall better, but like, in this case, it's not the story that makes it better. I'll continue to try to find a way to put it into words. As we continually try to no-hit this area. I guess just shooting... is this anything? No. But yeah, just trying to get a little overdrive might be best. Oh, it's cool down there. Did we explore that? I feel like the answer is no. First, I think I gotta compose my words correctly. That probably should have hit me, but it's fine. I'm trying to build up my overdrive so that when I get to here, build up damage and have a grand old time. It missed! Why? Didn't matter. That's 4, and that's untouchable down. Alright. I can pull up the GDQ runs and not worry about anything. Getting hit and the like. Third of the way there. Okay, let's see. First day, they immediately start with Donkey Kong Country 2, which, you know, excellent. I Am Your Beast, Fire Emblem 3 Houses, Devil May Cry 5, which is, you know, just a hoot and a half. Kirby Air Riders, Crypt of the Necrodancer, some Spyro. Death's Door. Was that the game? Did we play Death's Door? Is that what that was called? Death's Door. Yes. It's that little Zelda-like game. The guy with a pot on his head, and they named him Pothead. Surely nothing more needs to be said there. Dragon Quest XI Sword of Light %, so I'm going to just guess that that is... When do you get the Sword of Light in-game? I feel like that's the first act complete. Which, under 2 hours for a DQ game like that DQ game specifically. Because they started getting more cinematic as time goes on, and working your way through all the little bits and bobs. SSX Tricky. I'm a big SSX fan, so... Any Super Monkey Ball game's great. Tunic, letter V 6 times. All good, all good. There's one that's Hey You Pikachu, which I think was the Pikachu raising game with the microphone on the N64. So that one I'm just kind of like sickeningly curious about, more than anything. Ooh. Is this better for us? Not really. But neither is it worse. Some old Star Wars Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2, which is very Doom-esque, if I remember correctly. Like boomer shooter. Jedi Fallen Order, Paper Mario 1000 Year Door, which I assume is the GameCube version, because it's an hour and 40 minutes and not whatever the Switch version is. Always great. Super Meat Boy 3D, that'll be my first time seeing it. I don't know if I'll ever play it, because I'm still kind of scarred from Super Meat Boy. Literally, on my hands. I feel like I have blisters. Number 5. Silk Song, all fleas. So that's like a collectible speedrun, which would be cool. Dusk, which is another great old school. That's another one we streamed, actually. Monster Hunter Wilds. Even though I'm like 3 Monster Hunters behind at this point, and I don't know when I'll ever play Monster Hunter because my friends are too good at it. So I don't really feel like I do anything except for take up their carts. Yeah. They're already doing Pragmata, which is kind of cool. Evil Within 2, which is a very underrated horror game. They made it an open-world horror game that actually is scary. Which, didn't think that was possible. Same studio that eventually made Hi-Fi Rush and then got shuttered by Microsoft because they don't know what is good. Why, yes, I am very salty still. Let's see. Super Princess Peach, Pokemon Fire Red, Elite Four Round 2, 4 hours. Okay, so that's like run into the rerun of the Elite Four. Wii Sports. That one just says content to be announced, which is ominous. They're finally doing Crash... Well, they probably have done Crash 4 before, and I just haven't remembered. Mario Hacks! Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair. Yet another game we also streamed. I'm gonna guess they do the Impossible Lair immediately. As it is a speedrun. Tears of the Kingdom... Unbeatable? Oh my god. We've streamed like 10 of these games. Am I in touch? Am I in touch with the speedrunning community? The youths? Elden Ring, all bosses 4 players, so I assume it's exactly what you see there, where between the 4 of them, they have to kill every boss in the game, including, like, all the dungeon bosses, mini-dungeon bosses, and the world bosses, and every other nonsensical thing. Metroid Dread. A banger, for sure. Am I missing? Alright, that's number 6. Halfway there. Thrilling stuff, I know. But it's what we gotta do. Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland, one of my favorite all-time Kirbs. Wind Waker Randomizer, I don't even know... Well, actually, no, I do know how that'll work. They randomize the chest or not locations, but the items in the chests. They're literally doing Saros... You're gonna get your wish. They're doing Saros New Game Plus all bosses in an hour. All bosses. So that's not just the run I did, which took me a solid hour and a half to hour and 45 minutes, but that means they also need to do the random temple boss, which is a one-off, and the shore as well. My guess is they do 6 bosses, the 6 boss run first to get the items they want, specifically the weapon and the power weapon, and then use that to start off both of the other runs. Not sure though. That'll be fun. Slay the Spire 2 in co-op, Balatro getting to Nenny. Just like the integer overflow or whatever. We are not there yet in Balatro, and we are not even at Slay the Spire 2. Tetris, Super Mario Maker 2, Troll, Resident Evil Requiem, which will be, you know, all Resident Evil games are fun to watch, I think. They all follow very similar styles, and they don't really get old. They're just fun. They're always very technical. My favorite, I think, will always be the fact that I think the knife damage was tied to your frame rates. They'd like uncap the frame rate and then just swipe their knife, and that was the most damaging move they could do. At least in certain parts. Oh, and the original Resident Evil 3, but on a guitar control. It says, yeah, on a guitar controller. Cool. And then we make it to Saturday. One moment, please. Oh, our prominence changes, huh? We get a little different. It's just the weapon, not even the stats or the perks stay the same. Interesting. Okay, that's 7. Last day has Ed, Edd and Eddy the Misadventures, which I actually did play as a kid, so that's fun. Pizza Tower. They're going to do Mouse PI for Hire. I wonder how that'll look. Mass Effect 3, Kingdom Hearts 2 Randomizer, Super Mario 64, Link to the Past, Super Dram World 3, which is a really cool Mario World hack. And they're finishing with Claire Obscure. Any percent. I don't remember if they did any percent the last time, or if they did something else weird. Different category. All in all, basically, I've streamed it, the event. Which makes me the star of the show. He said, for a charity marathon. With no self-awareness. And that was number 7. We've got 5, count them, 5 runs to go. Unless this hasn't counted, in which case I'll lose my marbles. But there's literally no reason for it not to, so. Oof, that was close. I haven't caught what my fastest times were here, but didn't take damage, huh? God, and just like a roguelike, it'll matter also what, like, rooms you get. That didn't work. Alright. Don't know why I wasn't shooting. Alright, and that is number 8, ladies and germs. 2/3 of the way through the runs. Ooh. So yeah, Saros, since, I mean, we've still got 4 runs to kill here. Great game. I don't know exactly what I'd give it right now, still. Probably like an 8.5. Strong 8 to 8.5. The gameplay itself, very good. I enjoy the, oops. The rock, paper, scissors between the different projectiles. By the, was it like mid-game? I felt like we had all 3 answers. Yeah, the marsh, for sure. One shield, 1 dash, 1 parry. Some of the bosses are definitely very much up there with any of the Returnal bosses. Most quite a bit better. None reach the high of my favorite, which is the... I don't even know what the actual boss name is called, but the one that is basically playing the organ. It's... Now that I've thought about it, it's probably literally the organist, but who knows. But I do think these are just a general higher quality, on average, than Returnal. Enemies themselves, from what I remember, a little bit more, varied. Even the same looking enemies have different shot patterns, which is cool. I do think this, I don't know, barely counts as a roguelike, to be honest. I get what they're saying, but you're not really unlocking anything inherently other than, like, better stats and a few little perks, like, oh, you start with a key or whatever. You're not unlocking, like, oh, now this gun will show up, this power weapon will show up, other than progression, right? You can easily start number 9. Number 9. At any biome. And in fact, I'd recommend it. It feels far more like a linear adventure than Returnal did. Returnal had 2 quote-unquote loops of 3 biomes each. And from what I remember, you had to start at biome 1 or 4. And that was that. You'd have to get through all 3 of them. Always. Yes, there's still permanent, like, health upgrades and stuff, but it felt like you actually had to do runs there, whereas in this one, it's very much like, I'd say even recommended. If you want, like, a true, whatever difficulty they're looking for, experience, to start just in that biome and build up. As you slowly increase the level you're going to get your guns at. I'm sure I'm misremembering 1 or 2 things from Returnal, but that's what I remember, at the very least. Oops. I also remember Returnal being harder. I could not tell you at all if this is because I have downloaded the style of game now and I understand it, or if it's just plain old easier because of the extra stuff your way, thrown your way in terms of combat capabilities and that sort of thing. It doesn't have enough variety, and I think I had a similar frustration with Returnal, to be honest. It doesn't have enough variety to really mess with what a roguelike would be. Most runs are similar, or in this case, you're seeing 12 of the same. But I think it worked more in Returnal because Returnal just had a very focused narrative. I didn't mind because the character itself kind of caught in the similar circumstances, but I don't know, it felt more like a struggle with the 3 biomes tied back to back, I guess. The stories are both good. I don't mind that we're playing as a huge pile of garbage. But I don't know how much the other characters really added here. They die quickly. It's obviously more ambitious of a story than a solo tale, but I don't know if they land it. And that's probably my big question. A couple of these things seem a little underbanked. That base is big, and there are not many characters. Most of them have already left. I feel like it would have served the narrative. That's 10, by the way. It would have served the narrative better to start earlier. Even if it was like a 3-minute cutscene or something of like them arriving. Like, the guy we saw got shot immediately. Just nothing. And whether it's because we progressed too quickly or there just wasn't a lot. The characters weren't given a ton of growth before everything went crazy. I know part of that's just supposed to be the mystery. But again, when you're just one character, you can kind of cover that mystery a lot better. This one, we have to be left out of some of the... I went the wrong direction, didn't I? We have to be left out of some of the narrative beats early, otherwise I guess it would ruin some of it. I get that they're trying to hide how nasty Arjun is. And just kind of go with the typical like, I have to save my wife type of story you get a dime a dozen over the last couple of generations. And that's probably why they made the decisions they did. Like, you, as the player, would only know what you're seeing. There's obviously hints. They're not trying to trick you, but the less you see of him early, the better, I guess. I do think the "you're actually a monster" trope has been done a bit, not literally, but like, you know, socially, morally, or whatever. Has been done better. But it's also just not a very common one. I think it was still overall well created. Ouch. Part of the problem there is, like, playing a monster can just ruin a player's motivation, because it's just like, oh, why would I do? So you've got to balance it, unless you're doing like an evil playthrough, which you're obviously you can't do here. I'm thinking more RPG style. Spec Ops: The Line is the only other one I can think of that does similar. I think that's just executed better. Returnal's much more of a mystery. This is more cosmic horror, but even then, I still think the stakes would have been a little more pronounced if you had seen these characters before they went insane. We got maybe, I don't know, 5 to 10 lines of dialogue from, what's his name, Jeremy? I don't remember. It could just be that either did things need to get cut? That's 11, one more, and one of the platinum. Things needed to be cut for time. Similarly, the Eclipse doesn't do a lot. It makes it slightly more difficult, and you can play with corruption a little bit, but And the modifiers I get, but I feel like you should be rewarded for taking more difficult modifiers in the form of something. Halcyon, even. Because that's a lot harder to find than the Lucenite. But I mean, the gameplay is so silky smooth, and the bosses are so well done, and I enjoyed traversing that the smaller stuff there, I mean, it mars what, you know, could be an even better game than Returnal, which I'd probably give a 9. But it's still a very solid game. And there's something to be said for quick experiences when it comes to a genre that usually is not. Returnal took me a lot longer, but like I said, I think it was just harder, and I felt like that served the narrative better. Delving deeper to figure out what happened to you. That being said, I did like some beats. I loved Sebastian being both separate from everyone and just not mentioned, but it wasn't super off-putting or anything. It was just like, ah, yeah, they don't talk. And heck, that might also contribute to how quickly the plot, like, moves along, is that they didn't want you to realize that nothing had happened, or nothing was happening between him and any other character. Thought that was appropriately creepy. And I do love the pull of the Yellow King, and seeing each character react to it in some fashion. Though several of these characters, they already seemed like that from the start. It didn't seem like it was too big a leap for any of them. Arjun pretty included. And I did enjoy delving deep into, like, Nitya and what happened to the other settlers before we came here. The lore drops themselves, very good. Alright, cartographer. Ow. Boom. Sun is forever. Solid 21 hours, we got ourselves a platinum. Is that plat now? It sure is. Easy peasy. Thank you. Thank you kindly. Well, now we got a plat on this and Returnal. That wasn't too painful either. That's the type of platinum I enjoy. The one where you just pursue everything there is, and by the time you're done with everything, honestly, the game is too. I'm like, yeah, you hit it all. Like, I can't imagine having to be like, oh, yes, please unlock all of these. We'd just be hunting Halcyon for, like, 35 years. I probably wouldn't do it if that's the case. I forgot some of these, even. Oops. Alright. Well, I guess... Mina the Hollower comes out next Friday, but we've got 3 streams to do nothing, so I guess let's wheel it out. I know I haven't done a poll yet. I wasn't super prepared, so I don't know what will happen through that on this goal, to be completely honest. But we don't need to worry about it, because it's Balatro. So I guess we'll do Balatro on Monday. Can't wait to embarrass myself on that. I guess we'll do the wheel next week, and then Mina the Hollower on Friday, and that'll lead into probably at least several weeks of Mina the Hollower, because it looked massive from the demo I saw. God, yeah, like, these don't do anything. I know it's just to, like, you get to customize stuff, but, like... Even, like, in Hades, you have to make it more difficult each time, and that's to get more things. You can't get more upgrade materials unless you upgrade your heat. Isaac, there's a hard mode, and there's things locked behind that. This, there's no real benefit. I feel like you need some kind of carrot for your player. If you beat this, this will happen. Or because of this, you'll get, 50% additional gains in the upgrade materials you need. Challenge runners are going to do whatever they want, but I just feel like there was a few things here that seemed cool on paper, and then, or whatever. Still, it's like an 8 or an 8.5 game. It was great. Well worth the price of admission, but I think still a bit of, not technically or mechanically, it's probably a step up from Returnal, but I think as the overall package, it's a little more spread out, a little less cohesive than Returnal. And for me, that marks it down just a smidge. Yeah. So thanks so much for watching, y'all. If you'd like to leave a follow or just come back, hang out any other time you want, I will be off this weekend. But I think next weekend, like I said, next Friday we'll be able to do a stream, and all next week we'll do a stream. So happy Memorial Day for those who get a day off, and otherwise we'll see you again very soon with a few roguelike streams before we jump into our next big bongo game. We're not playing Donkey Kong Jungle Beat. I don't know what I said that. Bye.